Welcome to the halfway point of our show, and you know us. We always love doing a guest segment when we can, and today we got something a bit different for you. It's not a band, it is another show just like ours, but this time it mixes metal with cooking. What's up, dudes? And I'm here to introduce the metal chopping block. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey guys, how you doing? Up the
Doing
iron.
good.
Very nice to meet you guys. Very nice to have you guys on the show. I definitely look forward to interviewing you guys. I know you guys are just coming off a show, so I know you've got some alcohol and some food in you guys. How did the show go?
Excellent.
Yeah, it was kick-ass. We did a duck today with a pan-seared orange sauce. It was fantastic. First time we're trying it. Awesome. And then we had one of our sponsors with the Zambuca. So we've had a few. Well, we did flaming Zambucas, Zambuca in espresso, plus just shots all together. It was a good episode. We're feeling good.
Nice.
I would be too after all that.
Dude, honestly, same. So tell us a bit about your show.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about me and Nick. First off, we used to be in a band way back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And the name of the group was called Deadly Blessing. So our friendship has gone back since, I guess, high school.
Pretty much,
yeah. And we were young with great aspirations. We were in the music scene, and life just kind of got caught up, and we kind of went our separate ways for a little while. But
life always catches up to you. We're I'm 55. Sam's 54. He'll be 55 this year. So yeah, life catches up. It changes.
I don't look
everything.
54.
No, you don't.
And that's so anyways, just to tell you a little bit about myself, I own a media company, and Nick and I have been talking about putting together a show for a couple of years, and we just talking about it, and then finally during I guess COVID, we had some time, and we decided to put our words into action and start to show up. And then once we started, it was just like, the light bulb kind of went off, and it was like, this is actually really good. So that's where we're at. And yeah, we've been having a really good time.
Sounds like a blast. Sounds like us. Well, me, because I started my stuff up in the pandemic. And then that's how I met Matt over here and a bunch of other people who I work with now. And I couldn't be any happier.
Cool.
You guys have a very interesting, I think very entertaining concept of obviously combining metal music with cooking. I'm always entertained by watching you guys' show because you keep the energy up, you keep it very lively and a lot of fun as well.
Well, we had this I had this concept for this show, and me and Sam talked about it a lot. Now, in the beginning, a lot of people said, no, don't put music involved, don't change it up. But the whole point always was we love food, we love booze, and we love metal. And we always wanted band and music to be a huge part of the show. It wasn't just about cooking. Music's important. And I know when we were in a band, we didn't have any of the stuff that everybody has today. We would have loved to have guys like yourself, technology, just to get us out there. We didn't have that. So, I mean, our band days are over, but there's so many talented musicians out there, so many talented bands that we've been exposed to now since this show. We have a list of guys who want to be on. And I mean, anything we can do to help promote anybody's stuff, even if it's metal we're not into. I mean, we're old school 80s guys, so obviously we're Maidenheads. We love power metal, or I guess what's it called now? It's called heavy metal now, classic heavy metal. But whether it's death metal, whatever it is, we're into supporting any band that's out there that actually practices, has some skill, and just gets themselves out there, man. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it. It's exciting as anything. And meeting guys like yourself, are you kidding me? In our day, that would have never happened.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It would have never happened.
So, yeah. Anyways, you mentioned about getting monetized as well. So that's what we're at right now. We're just under 1,000 subscribers.
We'll reach 1,000 before our year. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's a start for us.
Yeah, it's a start. So no one's helping us out with our marketing, so we're doing it ourselves.
Hey, everyone's got to start somewhere, right?
I feel you on the marketing part. I mean, for us, for you guys, we have to pretty much wear all the hats when it comes to like editing, to filming, planning the episodes, marketing, social media. We have to do everything ourselves.
Everything. I hear you. That's exactly what I'm doing.
But it is freeing. It's very nice. We're very fortunate that my son does our music, so we have no copyright issues. And I mean, I got him into metal when he was 2 years old. He was force fed art at 2. He was a metalhead his whole life. So now he's more into progressive metal. He opened me up to Dream Theater. I had no idea this band existed. We've already gone to see them 4 times. But yeah, it really helps because he does all our music for us, brings in just a different aspect. And we're going to be putting some of our old songs. You're going to see some videos soon.
Oh, yeah. So that's one of the things that we're now, I know, like we said, we're not in the music scene, but this guy here is getting the itch. And we're thinking about putting, because we actually played a lot of originals way back, but we're going to bring these songs back in and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll throw a few couple things. We just have some fun. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
Like you guys yourselves, I'm sure you're having a ball at what you do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
We love it. And please send us those because we will gladly play them for you.
Oh,
well, we're working on it right now. We're just picking on some of our old songs. Sam remembers everything. My memory, obviously.
Well, Nick used to be the guitarist. I was a singer.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of years. I don't remember half of the songs. He does. So we're just going to pick a couple that we're going to work on. Actually, my son and myself, we recorded She's Hot and
these are a couple of songs.
And Mystique, and we have it on some of our episodes already. My kid's already taken our cool songs to a whole other level.
Yeah, he's
amazing. Kick-ass. Yeah, it's pretty kick-ass.
I can't wait to hear those songs personally.
Yeah.
Old guys trying to get up. Anyways, tell us a little about yourselves too.
You can go first, Matt.
All right. Well, I obviously I run Super Cool Radio. I've been doing it pre-pandemic since 2019. Just this week, this is actually the 6th interview I've done this week. So I've been very busy. So pretty much I interview musicians, and every Friday I play 1 hour of music. So I try to give the radio part, but also I really like interviewing people. So I try to have a nice mix of everything. So it's been going good. I've been extremely busy lately, and I'd rather be busy than not.
Hey, are you recording this, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah.
If we can get a copy of that, we would love to include that in an episode.
We'll do. We'll send it over.
Yeah.
Send us all your info because we'll obviously send a plug your way and everything else too. We'll mention you on actually our next episode.
Yeah, our next episode.
Because our next episode we're going to do Unleashing the East Spare Ribs. I don't know if you're familiar with Judas Priest and the Unleashing the East album, but we're going to throw it there. And yeah, we'll bring in all your information. That'll be awesome.
Dude, thank you. Yeah, I'll shoot over all of our stuff.
That's perfect. Again, we're in your hands. Whatever you want next, you tell us what you want to do.
And likewise for us, we'll help you any way we can too. We love helping out all the local and small scenes. That's like a big thing for us.
100%.
So what kind of music are you guys into? What genre of metal is your thing?
I love almost all forms of metal, just about. Like, I can go from melodic death to metalcore, 80s power metal. Like, I'm all over the place. I love music in general. Like, I can listen to all genres. I can go from smooth jazz and like 80s pop to just straight up melodic death. Within 10 minutes, it's hysterical.
Now, is there any genres, because I know myself, there's only 2 genres I just can't stomach.
Which ones?
I can't stomach country. Mind you, I don't mind some Johnny Cash and stuff.
Like,
and I can't stand hip hop.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way about those two.
But everything else, you mentioned jazz. I listen to jazz all the time. Blues. I love folk. I can listen to everything.
Hey, man, Zach, by the way, if I don't know if you guys got it. Well, yeah, we did meet on IG, right? Instagram?
Yep.
In a metal chopping block World Series of Metal right now. And what we've done is we've just created like 15-second videos of 2 genres of metal. And we're kind of like having them compete each other and having our audience, well, our followers just vote on it. So if you guys want to check it out.
I will definitely check that out when it's done.
I would say for me, like if we're just talking strictly metal, I do like metal wise, I would say Black Sabbath is my favorite.
Yeah, that's
yes.
But I try to listen to like a bunch of different stuff. Obviously, my favorite is Alice Cooper. I've said that in multiple interviews over the last couple of years. But this week I've been listening to a lot of Hollywood Undead. I just saw them live, so I've been listening to them a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, so you like a lot of the old stuff. Sabbath is a classic. I mean, they're the Godfathers. Cooper is amazing. What I like about Alice Cooper is he really helps out a lot of musicians. He opens up a a lot of avenues for people to get out there, and he doesn't hold them to him. He's a classy guy.
I saw him live. I saw him cut his own head off and hold it in his hand while he's singing. I don't know how that's media, but I don't know how he pulled that one off live. But anyways, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I just saw him live in January, and yeah, what I really like, he gives his musicians that he plays on stage like enough time. There's always solos in almost every song. They can shine in pretty much every song of that whole set list.
Yeah, he's awesome. Not a lot of ego there. That's what I like about that dude, and I think that's why he's still around and still filling up places. And you have a lot of people because he's pretty sincere. He doesn't have an ego.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like with his whole stage show is he can play almost any song in his catalog and he can make it fit into the set list. And he's always changed it up. There's always different theatrics. Obviously, he's going to get his head chopped off. That is, the staple of any set list of any Alice Cooper show. But like, there's like, I've seen a bunch of other theatrics, like, the whole giant Frankenstein in recent set list to, stabbing a guy in the Theater of Death. Like, he does so much different things that just all fit in the Alice Cooper realm.
Yeah, he's awesome. And that type of, I don't want to be one of these old guys, new stuff, but you don't see that a lot in a lot of new metal, that theatrics, the way you used to see like that. It's, I think it's more rare. I'm not saying it's not there, because I think some of these northern bands from Northern Europe that are really into it, they really get into the visuals, but it's a small genre. See it as a main thing. Like Cooper, when in his day, he was pretty mainstream. He was big.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely was, and I think he was like one of the kind of the trailblazers for that kind of style of theatrics, including like what do you call like vaudeville with music. And you're right, you see it kind of in like the arena, like bands like I know Metallica used to do like a bunch of flames and stuff and had like their whole thing, but like you don't see it a lot with a lot of bands nowadays, especially up and coming bands.
No, you don't. I know still very theatrical. It's one of the reasons. I mean, I love theatrical music, melodic music. That's why Maiden. It's funny, when I got into Maiden, I was a Judas Priest head, and I still love Priest, but it took me a lot of years to admit openly that I like Maiden better than Priest. It was different when we were young guys. You weren't allowed to like different genres. You had to like only one, and that was it.
Well, there was only one really at the time, heavy metal.
No, but for us, but you weren't allowed to like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna admit this out loud. I kind of like Duran Duran, but I couldn't admit it out loud. Had to be quiet. I had to just admit it to myself and listen to it myself, because if you admit it out loud, all your buddies would break your balls. You'd be done. I like what today you can like a lot of different genres, and it's cool.
This is on record. Duran Duran.
Yeah. Wild Boys.
Hey, I'm not hating any Duran Duran.
No,
Dude, same.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, no, I'll give you an example. Yeah, he was into Prince.
Fuck you, Prince.
Hey, Prince is a legend.
Nah, not for me.
Hendrix is more of a legend than me.
But see what I mean? That's what you talk.
Hendrix. Oh, I love Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, my favorite song is "Hey Joe."
That's a really good one.
Oh yeah, but "Hey Joe's" my favorite song with him. The guy is a kick-ass.
Purple Haze was one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, great song. They're all good. I mean, the guy was he was influential. He inspired a lot of people, and he has so much groove.
Prince?
Oh no, not Prince. No, not Prince. Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, Jimi
the original. The guy was awesome. He looked great on a guitar, playing with his tongue behind his head, dropping hits of acid, just going wild. Whammy bar. He did a lot of stuff that nobody was doing at that time. It was kick-ass. He inspired KK Downing, who was one of my heroes when I was a young boy, from Judas Priest. Sorry for all these old references, boys, but
oh no, you're good, dude. I love all these bands too, like Judas Priest. Huge fan of them.
Oh,
I love them.
They were killer. I know when I got into metal, believe it or not, I was into 50s and disco when I was a little boy, right? And then Black Sabbath got me into metal. Early Van Halen,
AC/DC.
Yeah, AC/DC got me later. They're good, just a good feel time music. But I mean, 3-chord rock, very good at what they do.
But once I listened to Iron Maiden, that was it for me.
Yeah, me too. Maiden was just up the irons, man. Like I said, they're my religion. Like they inspired my whole life.
Well, going back to now when we were in a band, like I said earlier, we were in an all original band, and but So we did that for a few years, and then we realized that at the time people wanted to hear covers. So we got a new guy in our band,
Joe Randazzo.
Joe Randazzo.
Hey, Joey.
And he kind of persuaded us to do some covers. So we decided to do a Iron Maiden tribute band, and that was pretty tough singing Bruce Dickinson, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we did a lot of Deano songs and Dickinson. It was pretty kick-ass. I mean,
Good times.
well, we had fire, we had smoke. We put a lot of money in our stage show. It was pretty cool, actually.
Well, just like this show here, we put everything that we've got into it. We put all our energy, all our passion, all our money. Nothing's free, right? So, Nick, that's I'm doing the production, and yeah, so there are expenses, but we just love what we're doing, so we just do it and hope for the best. We kind of got that dream again. When we were kids, we were like gung ho about making it, and that rock and roll.
Buy a bus, go to LA, buy a gun, the whole thing. We couldn't get the money from our parents though.
We got a lot of stories, and now here we are. We started this show last year, and now all of a sudden we are just like, me personally, I feel the same way I did when I was a teenager. I got this like motivation and just drive to want to make it on the show. So that's what we're doing.
And I love that guys like you at your age are still into metal, man.
Oh yes.
No, I mean it. For old guys like ourselves, when we say
he says old guys, I don't think I'm old yet. I'm still immature and still the same guy. He wants to be old. Let him. You can be old.
But what I love is there's young dudes who are still rocking it and still loving it. This genre is never gonna die because it's fucking kick ass.
Dude, I still blast Judas Priest vinyls. That little brown thing you see behind me with the speakers on it is filled with records. I'm always playing vinyl.
No, that's
awesome. You got some.
Yeah, I listen to vinyl all the time. I smoke a joint, have a drink, have my whiskey, and I just put on some vinyl and just go back to the way the music is supposed to be listened to from the beginning to end, not just sound bites. It's everything, man.
Yeah, that's the best way to listen to music, the whole song full way through.
Right.
Or if you want to get real original, the whole album all the way through. Not many people do that anymore.
No, because the album makes sense. Like you look a band like Pink Floyd. If you can't pick a song in the middle, it's like starting a book in the middle of the book. You have to listen from the beginning of the album to the end for everything to make sense.
Exactly. Like that's why I love concept albums.
Yeah, it's kick ass. What's your favorite one?
Honestly, I love everything that they've released, so I can't really put my mind on a favorite. Because to me, all music has a message. All songs have a meaning. You can't just favorite one without listening to the others. And that's just how I listen to music. Like, if I'm referring to my favorite band of all time here, I would have to say Currents, because Currents is what got me into this. Their music got me out of killing myself. And I wanted to give back to music, so I started this up right after I recovered. And honestly, best choice I ever made. We just hit 1 year 2 months ago, and I actually just uploaded episode 100 today. I gotta type in the captions for that. But it's like I've been pushing ever since I started this, and I'm not slowing down. I'm doing this till I'm dead.
Better to burn out than fade away, brother.
Exactly.
That's what's cool about metal, man. It's not a trend, not a wave. It's just it is what it is, and it's from the beginning to the end, and that's the end of it. And
exactly.
Helping your life. It did everything for me too. Like
for
when they say music's my religion, Maiden's my religion, whatever band it is, it's my religion, man. It literally made me who I am today.
That's how I am too. Music is my religion, and it will never stop being my religion. That's why I love going to metal shows. Like, there's so much life in a metal concert. Whether it be just a normal show or the occasional walls of death, mosh pits. And even if they're not in those, it's just the atmosphere alone just breathes life into everyone there.
100% or nothing. That's what's cool about it. I don't find any other genres that are so, and without having this following with no media, that's what's killer. The music is pure. It doesn't need all this shit to say, hey, come listen to us. People just know this shit's fucking awesome.
We find it in the best places. That's why I love the underground. It's like you find some of the best stuff in the underground of metal.
Well, just now that you mentioned that, one of the things that Nick and I have been we've talked about actually is since we've started the show, we've gotten all these bands on the show, and I can't tell you how many bands I am into now and I'm realizing there's so much talent out there, and everyone is expressing themselves all just, yeah, it's great.
There's so much talent, and it's the only thing I hate about how short our lifespans are is that I'll never be able to listen to all of it. That's like my only regret is I won't be able to hear every single band.
But by doing what you're doing, what we're doing, what other guys are doing, we're exposed to a lot more than we would be if we were on our own. Because we're a team, we're
Exactly.
a tribe, and we open ourselves to a lot of shit, and which is cool.
United we stand.
We'll dig some shit, we won't dig some other. But at the end of the day, you like what you like.
Exactly.
100%.
The cool thing about metal is it's like that underground, like you mentioned before, like we don't get the publicity, we don't get all the attention. It's like that one club that you just gotta know, you gotta be in it to know what it is, you know what I mean? Like that secret little group.
But it's not secret, it's massive.
But you know
I
what?
know, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's massive, but at the same time, a lot of people don't know what it is. So it's like you gotta be in the know to know kind of thing. That's what I was trying to get at.
No, you're right. It makes it exclusive. That's what makes it special.
Well, we went to a metal concert, Iron Maiden, 4 years ago, and I couldn't believe how many young guys were into it. Like we saw a lot of older guys there, but there was a lot of young kids. Just everybody came out of the woodworks. I was just like, holy
And
smokes.
they knew all the lyrics. They
Yeah.
knew how to sing to everything. And I'm looking at kids in their 20s. I mean, that band up there, you got Nico, who's I think 65 or 70. The average age is in their 60s. They got guys in their teens and 20s knowing all the catalog. It means this genre is not fucking dying. We rock. We roll.
I think metal's coming back right now, especially.
It
is.
It,
I've noticed that.
It never went away. I think.
But I mean, it's starting to come alive.
I think the only thing we're seeing that's helping that is all these reaction videos. If you look at the reaction shit, there are all these guys from hip hop, whatever, and nobody's reacting to hip hop. Everybody's reacting to rock and metal. And I love watching it because they're seeing it for the first time. When I was, a 13, 12-year-old dude seeing my bands for the first time and having my dick hard as shit because it was freaking awesome. And then you see these guys now and, they're like, why didn't I never hear these guys? And they're expressing what I expressed when I was a friggin' teenager, and they're doing this as adults. Yeah. It's killer, man. This genre we're the fucking best.
We really are. And honestly, I can't wait to get into it because I'm actually putting my own band together too.
Sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, my phone just died.
That would do it. That would definitely do it.
So yeah, what was happening? I guess we couldn't hear you. It was getting all distorted and whatever. So
yeah, it was really bad on our end too. Everything just got super distorted.
Oh, there you go.
It sounded like you were underwater.
Yeah, we went from clear to under the sea.
It'd make for some good effects.
It would. Like a little sci-fi movie. We're losing touch with the main base. Star Trek 2.0.
Hey, well, I got a question for you guys. What was the first concert you guys went to?
First concert. My first concert was Iron Maiden.
Your first one was Iron Maiden?
Yeah, it was Iron Maiden. What was it? Hold on a second. No, wait a minute. Actually, my first concert was Van Halen in 1984.
You lucky bastard.
My first concert was Motorhead.
Oh, damn.
Another good band. Oh.
Motorhead. I got to see Metallica when the bass player died and they got the new bass player on Ride the Lightning. We saw them. You weren't at that show. No, Wasp was headlining. Exciter. Metallica was the first show. Exciter was next. I can't remember the third band, and then Wasp. And Metallica was kick-ass. They were so tight. They were awesome. But Wasp was pretty kick-ass too. But yeah, Motorhead was my first show. First metal show.
Best concert I've ever seen. I don't know if they're really considered metal, but the best concert I've ever seen was Deep Purple.
Well, they're hard rock.
Oh, Deep Purple, dude, that takes me back. I have the original album for... I keep forgetting the album name, but it had that one song on it. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, Smoke on the Water. That's their song. That was based on a real thing. You know that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Tell us the story.
Well, they know the story.
I don't know the story.
They were in, was it Sweden or Switzerland?
I think it was Switzerland.
Yeah, and there was a fire in the hotel that they stayed in. Somebody burnt it up, and that's what the smoke on the water was. It was a whole bunch of bands. There was a festival going on, and the hotel burnt down to the ground.
Oh,
And because
awesome.
dudes were drinking, getting whatever, it was a whole thing. Yeah,
okay.
it was
I
pretty
didn't know that.
kick-ass. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a gambling hall or casino, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, that's where the fire started.
Man, I get my best education from metal.
Was it Switzerland?
I think it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too. I can't remember. Yeah, it's pretty kick-ass.
Awesome.
No, Deep Purple's awesome, man. Child in Time. Oh, and again, Ian Gillan was Bruce Dickinson's idol. So when you hear Bruce, you can hear a lot
I thought it
of.
was Dio.
No. Ian
No.
Gillan was his.
Really?
What the fuck with you? You know.
The fuck do you know?
Dio's good too, though. Hey, you can't rule out Dio.
Are you kidding me?
One
little
of the best
Sicilian?
voices
That guy was
of his
kick-ass.
time.
Yeah.
I wish he was alive because he would have loved this. Being a Sicilian, he would have loved to eat. He would love food.
We could have him on the show.
We could have him on the show. Cook a meal. No, Dio's a legend, bro. Yeah. I mean, I like Ozzy, but the best Sabbath albums are the two that Dio did with him, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules. I'm sorry, yeah, they're the best for me.
Dio was an amazing vocalist too.
Yeah.
Like he was so good.
He was amazing. Live, he was great. He was.
But you know who was good live?
Hmm.
I don't know if you guys would be into this type of music. Probably not. But I thought Dee Snider was the best live performer.
He was good.
Like, I saw them with Iron Maiden, and he stole the show. Like, that guy is unbelievable.
Dee Snider was pretty kick-ass. If you see it was a festival he did, I believe, I can't remember where it was in Europe, but guys were throwing shit at him.
Really?
And he said, any one of you dudes come see me after the show, I will fuck with you face to face. Nobody came in. That dude's got balls. Actually, Lemmy from Motorhead came on stage and backed him up and said, back these guys. These guys are fucking awesome. And Lemmy's a legend. Whatever he says is law.
I think that was in Germany at the Wacken, I believe.
That's right. That was the show. That's right. That's what
Yeah,
you know.
I heard about
Look at
that
you.
one.
You know what we're talking
These
about.
young guys
Look at
know this stuff.
you guys know more than we do.
Even though we didn't live it, we still love it.
Hey, you had to been there, man. The 80s were great. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Unfortunately, I was born in the late 90s, so I didn't get to experience that.
90s, oh my God.
Well, 90s for music. What do you think when the 90s was for music?
A lot of punk started around that time too, like Blink-182 and all that. So the scene was more like metal, punk. You got some Limp Bizkit as well. You can't rule that out.
Yeah, the new metal for sure. If you're talking early 90s, White Zombie kicks ass.
And then plus you got Korn as well, which is like hard
Oh.
rock.
Yeah, I like White Zombie. Out of all the guys you mentioned, White Zombie's probably my favorite.
Dude, Rob Zombie's so
Oh,
good.
Robbie's he's kick ass, man. I used to play his shit to my kids when they were little. They used to be petrified, and I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, but they tell me now, it's like, oh my God, we were petrified, scared of playing his stuff. But I mean, he was awesome.
I mean, to be fair, the music video for Dracula did look like a massive acid trip.
That was a
Probably
good
because of
album.
war.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's pretty. Well, he's a horror king, right? You love that stuff.
Well, since we're talking about Rob Zombie, I saw him with Korn in 2016, and he actually walked through the crowd. He had like no security or anything, and he walked right past me down the aisle. So that was a pretty cool moment for me.
That's
Lucky
awesome.
bastard. Lucky bastard.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. That's kick ass. So, yeah, there was some good stuff out in the 90s. I found the 90s was a very whiny era. Everybody was sad and whiny.
Like grunge, the rise of grunge.
Yeah. I mean, there was some cool shit, which was awesome, but I just find that everybody was so.
Well, you know what really ruined metal, I think. I mean, even though I liked some of these bands, I thought glam kind of.
Well, glam metal, there's some good glam shit, but there's a lot of garbage.
I thought that really just fucked metal up at the time when we were coming up.
Oh, it wasn't metal anymore. They went
Too much.
mainstream with glam.
Too much hair and makeup. Remember Rat?
It was a formula. You had to have a kick-ass song, a ballad, and then an in-between song. And it was every band that came out at that point had to have that kick-ass song, the ballad, and the in-between song. You know, because the record companies got involved. It was I don't know. You guys dig metal, glam at all, or what?
Nah.
Glam metal?
Depends who it is.
Yeah, there's some bands, some songs.
I mean, Motley Crue, for what they are, they have some cool songs, but at the end of the day, they don't have enough to. I mean, you look at them all now, they don't. There's nothing there. Guns N' Roses, there's nothing.
I don't mind
there.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, but you look at them now, they don't have. They didn't have the long life.
Oh, I see the longevity. Yeah.
Again, sorry, I keep being a Maiden. I mean, they're old boys and they still write great shit. You got all these other bands. They're not as they get. They're done.
Yeah.
There's nothing good coming out. And I know some people might get upset with me, and I'm a Metallica fan, but even Metallica, their newer stuff is just kind of okay. There's nothing groundbreaking or nothing that's like, wow, these guys are still kicking ass that I've heard anyways. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. It's like with the Metallica case, it's not like their first album, which was absolutely killer. Like it's just gone to like, I'm not gonna say gone to shit because it is still good, but it's not mind blowing like it used to be.
Yeah,
I would say.
You know what ruined Metallica for me? I was a huge Metallica fan until I watched their latest. There was the one documentary where they had a life coach, and they were all. I lost a lot of respect for them there. It's like, you guys are a band. Your life is great for you. Just enjoy it. But then you had a life coach. For me, it turned me off. It took me down a few notches, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
Now, what do you think about that documentary?
I would say, well, I didn't watch all of it, to be honest, for obvious reasons. But I mean, they have a lot of money, and it shows they have a lot of money that they can do stuff like that. Like, I think like James Hetfield will go to work till like 4 o'clock or something, something ridiculous like that. So I think it just shows that they have a lot of money and they can pretty much do what they want.
Enough said.
There was too much whining for my thing, but that's just a personal opinion. Anvil, are you guys familiar with Anvil at all?
Obviously.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, so Anvil is a Canadian metal band. They're a trio. They've been around forever. They should have made it big. They never did. There's a documentary on them that's kind of depressing just because they're old dudes now, still trying to make it, but they got a new album coming out. And they're still doing it, man. You know what? They're hardcore. They're a metal trio, old school, still putting stuff out there. I know they love them in Asia, Japan, and stuff like that. But they're 3 guys who work normal jobs, and they're still putting out an album.
Just like us.
They're older than us, and they haven't given up on the dream. I got to respect that a little bit. Check them out if you get a chance.
I'm going to give them a listen now. Maybe
you may dig them, maybe not. I don't know, but. Yeah, they're still trying to kick ass. So that's, I got to appreciate that from the dudes.
So are you guys connected with any metal organizations or groups? Because we're part of Metal Inc. I don't know if you heard of them.
I will have to look into that.
Metal Incorporated?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, Metal Comfort is pretty cool. He incorporates a lot of different bands. Actually,
so they started last year, and just like all of us, during COVID, and they've got over 100 bands under their fold.
And they got a couple of bands that have been signed already too, eh?
Yeah, Consciously Dying. I don't know if you heard of those guys from LA.
Awesome. They're going to be on one of our videos. It's a little bloody. they're bathing in blood.
They've already been on one of our videos.
Yeah, they've been on one of our first ones, yeah.
But so Consciously Dying from LA, they've been signed. Who else has been signed?
There's a couple other ones I got to look at it again.
Yeah, but honestly, I am so into the underground bands right now. Like I said earlier, there's so much talent out there, and it's really intriguing to see, and just discovering them. Yeah, so it'd be really cool to be connected to one of these groups and help promote them and watch them come to fruition. So, yeah,
it's cool too. We have a lot of bands from all over the world. That's what's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I love seeing guys from Greece, guys from New Zealand.
Well, here we'll name a couple of bands off and see if you've heard of them. Lords of the Trident.
I will have to look them up.
Check them out.
Yeah,
they're
kick-ass.
Freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, that's so
really,
good.
really good. A band from Greece called, what do they call them? Oh, Misty Roots.
Oh,
I think I've heard of them.
So Misty Roots, basically, if Metallica was to have a baby, that would be Misty Root.
But they still sound.
They
like
have
themselves.
Their own sound. Just the singer sounds like, yeah. And what other groups? are
Four
there?
Mag. I
Oh
like
yeah,
them.
4 Mag Nitro.
Oh, they're
What are they
killer.
called? 4 Mag Nitros.
Yeah, they
Have you
remind
heard of
me
that?
of a Motorhead, but just
Oh.
southern. It's just they're kick ass.
So there's another group called 4 Mag Nitros.
Those guys from Denver, Colorado.
Oh, Surrender the Eclipse.
Such a good.
That's what I'm
band.
saying. So many bands out there that are just fantastic.
Those guys from Serbia.
Oh, Serbia. What are they called? I can't believe I can remember. Not Chronomancy.
No, oh, man, they're so kick ass. This
I
chick,
can't remember their
this
name.
chick, she's got a killer voice,
Yeah,
man.
she's pretty hot too.
Claymore.
Oh yeah, Clay Marine.
Yeah, Claymore.
Clay Marine from Serbia. So like
Yeah, I'm
all these
familiar.
bands.
Have you heard them?
Yeah, I've played them on my station before.
They're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
She could wail, eh?
She's got a great voice. She's got that rasping going on, but when she hits those high notes, man, but the band is pretty solid.
Oh yeah, really good.
But
It's
there's so
solid.
much more to it.
There's
Sorry, that's my killer guard dog.
All right.
I gotta quiet him down because we didn't eat already.
There they are there.
Quiet.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, I can give you bands from all over the world too. I've worked with so many groups. Like,
Well, you know what,
let's
guys?
see.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Trying to think. There is Dead Like Juliet from Italy, Axty, spelled AXTY, from Brazil, Atena from Norway. I'm trying to think of where else. Because I've worked with bands from all over the world. Sojourner is a personal favorite of mine, but they're like international, but they mix like very calm in nature with melodic death, and it is so good. Like they have a mixture of male and female vocalists. The intros are always so calm, and then it goes straight into the metal at the perfect moment. Really a good band. I've been a fan of them since like she started, so having them on my show was like dream come true for me. Awesome people.
Well, you know what, guys? If you want your bands or bands that you know of to get more ears, or just, we would love to feature some of these bands on our show. So if they've got a music video, we've got our own musician doing our metal. So not the music itself, but music videos. Yeah, that's something that we
We'll promote anything. If they're into it, if you can reach out, we'll put them on our show to give them as much exposure as we can.
And likewise for us, like some of your guests, send them our way. I'd love to work with some of the bands you've had on.
Cool. All right, that sounds great. We'll
do that.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool guys out there, man. There's so much talent. There's from every different type of genre too. It's pretty kick-ass. A lot of good stuff.
It's a
And you know
bottomless
what, guys?
well.
You know what? If by ourselves, we're just who we are, but when we unite, we can put some shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
And that's what we're doing.
That's how we are. That's how we are.
Exactly. So, like, our show consists of me and this guy, but we have all these bands, and we've all come together under a really cool collaboration. And I think the show is looking pretty kick-ass.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. So, yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. I mean, we've been talking about music a lot, which is everything, but what would you like to see us cook? What do you guys like to eat?
Well, I honestly, my favorite dish to eat is always a steak. So something along those lines, I'm in.
I'm a huge steak guy myself.
We've done a lot of steak stuff. We're going to do more. I'm kind of getting excited for dirty cooking. And
that's the next one.
Yeah, well, we're going to go right on the coals. But yeah, if you guys have something that you want, send it our way. We'll cook it and we'll promote you guys. Say this is coming from you guys. And the whole show will be dedicated to you guys.
And who knows, guys? Maybe we'll come down to Connecticut and cook you guys up a storm or something and do a live show.
Dude, I'd love to see that. But in order for that to happen, Matt, you'd have to come to Connecticut too.
It might be a little bit of drive.
How far? Where are you from, Matt?
I'm from Indiana. It's right below Michigan.
Okay. Yeah. That's what. That's near Chicago.
Yeah, I have a lot of relatives in Chicago. I've been.
We're really far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 12 hours or something.
Ooh.
Just
if you guys ever have a suggestion of some kind of meal, send it our way, and we'll dedicate it to you, and it'll help promote you guys. Plus, give us content.
Give it a really cool metal name, and we'll definitely do it for you guys. No problem.
Okay.
Right. And whenever you guys do those re-releases for the songs you guys made, we will play them on our show as well. Like, just hit us up and we'll play them.
All the songs. Okay, so if Sam sends you some of the videos on there, we'll send it your way. Well, just our Dante's music, the bands that we've had on, whatever, and
Okay.
then we can expose them on their show too.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of talented guys, and again, we're all here to help each other, and there's no ego. We just push whoever we can.
Yeah.
That's why I love metal. It's like the community is just so welcoming. It's beautiful.
Because we're the coolest on the planet, bro.
It doesn't
You
care
really
where
are.
you are, where you're from.
Because we got the horns.
Yeah.
And it's all about
Metal
partying, having a
forever.
good time. That's fucking it, right? That's it.
That's it, brother.
Uh,
Well,
Exactly.
guys, listen, it's been great meeting you guys. I have a dinner party to get to. So we probably
See what
should-
happens when you get old? You got dinner parties, you got kids, you got family. Enjoy your youth.
I gotta
Very,
do
very
this.
upper crust.
But I gotta travel to another city now. So Matt and Zach, from Nick and I, from Metal Chopping Block, great meeting you guys, and hopefully we can do this again. And we'll definitely send some guys your way, some names, and if we can hook you up with another artist, fantastic. We would love to do that.
and we'll try to do the same. I'll try to
And
send some.
and then when you
over,
guys
too.
have a little clip of this video, if you can just put it on the Instagram, a link, I'll grab it and include it on our show, and then plug people your way.
Thank you.
Sound
We'll do
good?
the same. Because honestly, you guys have an amazing kick-ass idea, and I love it. Like, you mixed two of the best things together: metal and food.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to drink.
Yeah.
A lot of drinks.
Too.
Yeah. All right.
I'm really glad you guys appreciate it. Like I said, we had an idea.
Yeah.
A lot of people told us it wasn't going to work. Slowly, it looks good. We ain't changing. We're going to do what we want to do. People dig it or don't dig it. We love what you're doing.
Yeah, but remember something. It's not about the end game for us. We're just enjoying what we're doing, and that's what it should be about. You just do what you love.
Enjoy the ride.
Exactly. Just do what you enjoy, do what you love, and if something happens, great.
I love that you guys are together keeping the shit going, man. This is what we want. We want to connect with other people that have we are the majority, not the minority. I know we seem like we are, but we're the fucking majority.
Who cares?
We rock.
Honestly, for me, it's like I don't care if I get big or not. I'm just doing what I enjoy. Enjoy the road to the very end, no matter what happens. Just keep moving forward with it.
All right, boys.
Let's
Glad
roll.
talking. Have a great weekend.
Up the irons. Sempre duro from Metal Chopping Block. We dig you, love you. Everything we do is all together.
All right,
Couldn't have
guys.
said it better. You guys have an awesome day.
You too, guys. Nice meeting you guys. Nice talking. Cheers,
Likewise.
boys. Take it easy.
You too. Very nice to meet you.
And that wraps up our segment for this month. Let's get right into the music. Cut.
Very good.